Hello, and welcome to another episode of Soap Goes to the Oscars. This is number 130. I am recording on December 4th, 2025, and I just finished the movie, which was the Oxbow Incident. This is the first movie of the 1943 Oscars that I'm watching. So, as I mentioned before, my goal is to try to get through these by the end of the year, which is coming fast. So I've got 10 more movies if I include the snubbed movie. And there's some long ones in here, folks. There's some long ones. For Whom the Bell Tolls is 170 minutes. The Song of Bernadette is 156 minutes. This movie, The Oxbow Incident, is the shortest at 75 minutes, and it is the only movie that is less than 100 minutes. So a year of long movies. This one was available on YouTube, so it was free. And let's get into it. The Oxbow Incident is a 1943 American Western film directed by William A. Wellman, starring Henry Fonda, Dana Andrews, and Mary Beth Hughes, with Anthony Quinn, William Ith, Harry Morgan, and Jane Darwell. Two cowboys arrive in a Western town when news arrives that a local rancher has been murdered and his cattle stolen. The townspeople, joined by the two cowboys and cowboys from other ranches, form a posse to catch the perpetrators. They find three men in possession of the cattle and are determined to see justice done on the spot. Film premiered in May 1943 to positive reviews from critics. It is one of a select group of films to secure its only Oscar nomination in the Best Picture category. It received no other nominations in any other Oscar category. This particular circumstance happened 16 times between 1927 and 1943, but as of 2025, The Oxbow Incident is the last film whose sole Oscar nomination was in the Best Picture category. The Oxbow Incident and The Outlaw, also produced in 1943, are the earliest films in the all-movie list of psychological westerns. In 1998, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry. The film was adapted from the 1940 novel of the same name, written by Nevadan Walter Van Tilburg Clark. Written by Lamar Trotti, produced by Lamar Trotti, cinematography Arthur C. Miller, edited by Alan McNeil, music by Cyril J. Mockridge, distributed by 20th Century Fox. Released May 8th, 1943 in New York, and May 21st, 1943 in the rest of the U.S., with a runtime of 75 minutes. Director William A. Wellman loved the novel and wanted to adapt it in a film, and then interested Darryl F. Zanuck in producing it. Zanuck agreed in producing the story on the condition that Wellman would also direct two other films for the studio, Thunderbirds, 1942, and Buffalo Bill, 1944. The role of Gil Carter, played by Henry Fonda, was originally offered to Gary Cooper, who turned it down. Fonda was generally unhappy with the quality of the films he was cast in while under contract with 20th Century Fox. This was one of only two films from that period that he was enthusiastic about acting in. The other was Grapes of Wrath, made in 1940. Fonda regarded this film as one of his favorites. Filming was done from late June to early August 1942, mostly in studio backlots and sound stages. A limited amount of location shooting was done at a ranch in Chatsworth and in Lone Pine, both in California. Additional sequences and retakes were done mid-August to late August. The production on the film would be shut down for a week or 10 days due to the $5,000 per film limit on new construction materials imposed by the War Production Board. During the shutdown, already used sets were torn down so their materials could be used to build the Mountain Pass set. The studio publicly noted that the Oxbow Valley setting was the largest set ever constructed by Fox, covering 26,703 square feet. The Western Street set scene in this film was subsequently used in another Western, The Gunfighter, in 1950, which starred Gregory Peck. After the film was completed, it was kept on the shelf for months because Fox executives were uncertain how to market a film with such a sobering theme. Last little bit here. The film received mostly positive reviews. Bosley Crowther, there's my boy, of the New York Times, wrote that it is not a picture which will brighten or cheer your day, but it is one which, for sheer stark drama, is currently hard to beat. Variety called it a powerful preachment against mob lynching. Director William Wellman has skillfully guided the characters and driven home the point that hanging is unwarranted. Here's a little more. Clint Eastwood has stated this is his favorite film. Daryl F. Zanuck, head of 20th Century Fox, 1935 to 56, recalled the film as a flop. In spite of its significance and its dramatic value, our record showed that it had failed to pay its way. In fact, its pulling power was less than that of a Laurel and Hardy comedy we made about the same time. So this one was really good. It was, it's essentially like a morality play. These guys are, they hear that, as described in the beginning, that that this rancher was killed and his cattle was stolen. They go out to find the people that did it, then decide on the spot that they're going to lynch them. And there's some, competition between the men. Some men don't want to do it right away. They want to wait for the sheriff, who's not available. He's at the ranch where this supposedly took place. And the majority of the men and one woman want to lynch them without, any trial, without finding out any more information. And I won't totally spoil it, but it's pretty bleak in the end. And just really good performances from everybody. I was surprised there was a dude. I was like, I know this guy from something. And it was Harry Morgan, who played Colonel Sherman Potter on MASH. Anthony Quinn is in it, Aidan Quinn's father. Obviously, well known himself. I didn't need to say it was Aidan Quinn's father. Harry Davenport was in Gone with the Wind. Frank Conroy or Mark Lawrence was very well or very familiar to me. And when I looked him up, said he was in Dusk Till Dawn. I don't quite recall him from that, but I'll have to go back and watch that. So, a really good cast. Just really well done. It was a very tight script, 75 minutes. So it's real tight, story and movie. And, just kind of that push and pull of what's right and what's wrong in a situation like this. Yeah, so I'll keep this one fairly short, like the movie. And I gave this 4 stars. It was really good. So it's a good start. As I said, I'm a little worried about the length of some of these movies, most of these movies. We'll see how it goes in getting through all of these by the end of the year. Let's see, the snubbed movie. Even the snubbed movie is over 100 minutes, almost an hour and 50 minutes. So, egads. We'll see how it goes. But that's all I got for this one. Very good. Check it out. See you next time.